Beloved ones, I want you to be out of your mind for love. Isn't that the most wonderful phrase? Out of your mind. And it is often preceded by another wonderful phrase. Oh my God. It usually goes something like this. Oh my God, she's out of her mind. Oh my God, he's out of his mind. What is he doing? This phrase is usually used when someone is doing something with abandon, something completely uncharacteristic, something obviously not well thought out, something like diving into love, something like throwing caution to the wind, like opening up the heart and diving in. It is time to be out of your mind for love, to run headlong into the experience of ecstasy, to drop the voice within always telling you how to behave. It is time to release the inner voice of judgment and to love with your whole being. It is time to be out of your mind for love, that you might live every moment so richly that the vibration of your world is pure joy, that your experience of yourself is a heart blazing, that your every motion is love propelled over the cliff of some thinking and into the glory of love that is your home. Beloved ones, it is time to stop believing the mind's projections and all that it tells you about what the world is. It is time to leap into the now moment and to love passionately everything that you encounter, that you might feel the truth that is only yourself that you love. You hear constantly these other words. You must love yourself before you can love you. You must love yourself, etc. I say to you this, beloved ones. There is only one self here, one heart, one life, one consciousness, and that consciousness, that heart is God. And so when you love everything with abandon, when you love that person that your mind might judge, when you love your neighbors, beloved ones, you love yourself. So let me propose to you this. The only way to truly love yourself is to love everyone, to love all that is, to love everything with such passion as the heart of love ever giving, that last you are ready to be this love indivisible, until you can feel the divine resonance of love in every being, in every stream, in everything that you encounter. Then you do not and cannot love yourself. What you see is your reflection. It is God standing in the mirror of your consciousness and your heart. So I say, be crazy. Be out of your mind for love and rush with open heart into every situation. Live life, beloved ones, and live deeply. Stop listening to the ego that tells you to be careful, especially that voice that speaks to you about getting hurt from love. I promise you that love will enrich you. When you are out of your mind for love, life is exquisite. You are generosity in action. You are passion and purpose. You are the outreach of this one heart honoring life perfectly. When you are out of your mind for love, beloved ones, your experience of living is so rich, so fresh, so full of zest, so exciting, so electric, so fully alive that you cannot recognize the person that you thought yourself to be. That is the key, of course. The person that you thought yourself to be is not who you are at all. That is why I am asking you to be out of your mind for love. I am asking you to bare your heart and to take it boldly into every situation. I ask you to practice, all of you, beloved ones, daily, hourly, being out of your mind for love. When you find that voice of reason speaking within your head, drop into your heart and run screaming, I'm out of my mind for love. Yes, God, I'm crazy for you. Whatever you encounter, you recognize as me, and you recognize yourself as the same. And the vibration of love's purity sets up a communion that lifts up the resonance in the experience of such love that the mind could not comprehend it anyway. I want you to examine your moments and ask yourself how you love exactly what you are doing, what it is that life has brought you. I can promise you there is a purpose right where you are that opens up a doorway through your heart to bring this crazy, mindless, and perfect love that is the force of pure creation into the heart that is humanity. And through your love, some piece of the consensual dream can be cleared, can be recognized as what is beyond the mind, perfection in action. If you stand as only the heart of love, what the heart sees is its own reflection. It sees the truth of unity. It sees this conversation that is taking place throughout the hologram of life, a conversation of the heart that may be crazy to the mind, but it absolutely the truth of who you are, the passionate, amazing, indescribably powerful and vast, purposeful, rich, and ecstatic heart of God, open to seeing itself in everything beyond the ego-mind in action. There is a part of you, all of you, that has been programmed to believe that if you throw down the barriers and love without the mind, that you will become out of control, that you'll do things that are unethical, that you'll rush about fulfilling the ego's desire, trampling on those things which make society work. And so the voice of the ego that convinces you that you are sane when you keep the lid on your heart, beloved ones, that voice has been deeply reinforced, and I promised you, it is irrelevant. It is irrelevant if you are in your heart. The heart stands in the now. It doesn't want anything for the little self. It doesn't move to get anything at all. It stands purposely in the present and gives, and gives, and gives, and gives some more, with nothing expected in return and no egoic interpretation of what love means at all. It is simply alive to life and to the recognition of God in everything. It is the truth that I am seeing itself and delighting in what it has seen. In that presence of love, when you are out of your mind, love will give to every other person the awareness of themselves as God. It will be exactly what they need to believe in, the truth of real life, and to fuel their own release from their own egoic desires. So the thread of the thinking mind is woven tightly to keep you under control and keep the dream going. I say to you now, let's get crazy for love. It is time to be out of your mind and to be the living experience of grace, in which every breath is the circle of love given and received in perfection, and only ever acknowledging itself with absolutely no barriers, no expectations, no little self. Just the pure presence of love, and I promise you, it is exciting. Exciting to the depth of your being and to the heights of your experience of all that I am. It shows you that your center is your heart. Your heart is meant to tell you who you are. Each moment lived is an encounter with divinity that fills you with such awe that you live in reverence for the beauty that is everywhere, that is impossible not to see in everything. Seeing it in the heart of every human being lights the fire within all hearts and releases from the dream of separation another heart, another human being, giving them permission to be out of their minds for love. Do you remember those moments when you fell in love, when everything was sparkling and everything seemed possible? Those moments were the glimpses into the reality of love. They were moments when the heart was so strong that the little mind could not counteract it. Well, dearest ones, it was the mind that attached at anything, because the truth is, this is how you feel all the time when you are in your heart. When you are out of your mind for love, you are in love with all life in such a grand, fulfilling, and ecstatic experience. It is like being in love amplified 1,000,000 billion times. You are in love, beloved ones. You are living in love, in God, as love, as the heart of creation itself. What an exhilarating and astounding experience. So isn't it time to release the mind that tells you that you must be careful, that you must keep yourself under control? But that is the control of the ego that always wants to get for itself. I want you to feel this power of life, the miracle of being the opening for the explosion of creation to be present in this world, needing nothing and honoring all, completely beyond the mind and all of its interpretations. There is one caveat, and it is this: it is necessary to have your communion with me, so that you can be fully out of your mind and not allow the ego to co-opt this feeling and make it about getting something for itself. This is why it is so important that you listen, that you open to this guidance into my love, that every moment you have the litmus test of this experience of our communion to be your guide, to show you when you are truly out of your mind for love, and to keep you in this circle of love of God that feeds you. provides for you, and recognizes the love I am in everyone, purely, with no desire and no thoughts from the little mind. When you are out of your mind for love, beloved ones, your experience of the now moment is truly luminous and reveals to you the consciousness of love in every molecule. The whole of God I am in each electron, the exuberant rejoicing in life that is the voice of the living cosmos, ever singing through your heart and reflected in your consciousness. This is the way of life beyond the mind, that the heart is the moment-to-moment experience that then brings into awareness the harmonious expression and consciousness of what is happening in the experience of love. This awareness is always instantaneous. The whole package of the hologram and the meeting of God with God. It is very different from the thinking mind, easily recognized in the exact same resonance as the heart. It is the recognition of life with life, God with God, love with love. And in it you will find excitement when you hear someone say, "Oh my God, she is out of her mind for love." Amen.